Search the dark web using Tor recently? Well, if you were using Brave browser, your information may have been leaked. Privacy reporter Ben Powers did some digging to find out all the details. There was apparently a leak. This information wasn't as private as people thought.
The Brave browser, when Tor mode was in use, was leaking the addresses you were going to in Tor mode to a DNS provider, rather than sending them through a Tor node, which would have kept them anonymous.
Brave browser is a privacy-focused browser that's geared towards ad blocking and stopping websites from tracking you. And they have some pretty cool privacy features.
In their pursuing of privacy, they added a functionality for Tor to be used in the browser.
Tor, or the Onion Router, is a network comprising thousands of servers run by volunteers that protects your privacy. Your internet traffic is wrapped with multiple layers of encryption.
Kind of like the layers of an onion.
Your traffic bounces around many different servers on the Tor network before it reaches your ultimate destination.
You can't really tell where the traffic originated from and where it's going. What this helps protect against is what I think is most commonly referred to as network level surveillance. Essentially, when you're using Tor, you are operating under the assumption that your traffic is going through a Tor router and not being logged by your internet service provider or a DNS lookup.
But it turns out this isn't what was happening when you used Tor through the Brave browser for the past few months.
There was a patch that was pushed to the Brave browser to update its ad blocker. But unfortunately, and this is quite often the case with software, when you plug something else into it, it can break something else elsewhere. And that's kind of what seems to be the case here. Coindesk, with the help of a security researcher, looked at the traffic that was being communicated, everything that you were doing in your Tor mode version of this browser. All of those requests, not just the ones to the Tor sites, were being logged in a DNS lookup. So what that means is that you were basically leaving a trail of cookie crumbs for people that wanted to find it of what your web activity is doing, which really undercuts the core principle of using this browser mode in the first place.
This could be bad news for some people whose lives depend on them remaining private.
What we might conceive of as legal in the US could be illegal elsewhere. Certain websites are criminalized because they help foster dissent against a sitting government, or they might be used for coordinating mechanisms for protests. Information is policed in places like China, in places like Belarus and India. We've seen the internet shut down to quell protests for legitimate causes by some more autocratic entities. It is not just used by criminal, and you can be made vulnerable by the existing state in a whole plethora of instances that we might not have a common conception of here in the US.
Brave has done a great job at making it easier for people to use Tor in order to maintain their privacy online. But does this new bug mean that we shouldn't use Brave anymore?
They have fixed the issue, and they were responsive to it, they recognized it, and they fixed it. The internet was not made to be private in a variety of ways. It was made to be accessible and easy, and we've sort of started to bolt measures of privacy onto the infrastructure of the web as it's currently created. None of them are just a silver bullet for them. If you are somebody who is incredibly worried about how your traffic could be observed, or if that is a risk to your personal safety, don't use the Brave browser with Tor. Okay, just use Tor itself. And Brave, to their credit, says this as well. They recognize that there are going to be some vulnerabilities or bugs they might not catch immediately.
This issue was around for about 3 months before someone noticed it.
Brave was alerted to this issue in mid-January, and then they pushed a fix soon after to the nightly version of the browser, so the developer version. But they didn't actually push a update to fix this to the kind of ordinary browser that you and I might use until this past Friday when the issue became public. The reason, Brave had not pushed this to the ordinary browser, they wanted to test and make sure they weren't breaking anything else by fixing it. This is a really common practice.
So now make sure you update your Brave browser.
Patches are pushed and updates are pushed because they fix security or performance issues. You always want to be updating software when available.
Before you go update your browser, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more privacy, tech, and crypto tips.